Hello, my name is Elke of Savvy Moms Unite. Welcome to my presentation. 3 savvy tips for moms to restart, recharge, and revamp their lives. I'm also known as the Mommy Motivator, and I hope to motivate you through this presentation to restart, recharge, and revamp your life. So, just a little bit about me. I'm a mom, an educator, an author, and life coach. I love teaching moms how to be savvy in all that they do. I want to motivate them in order to do the things that they truly love to do and would like to explore doing in their life. So, when I use the term savvy, what I mean is that you become knowledgeable in a particular skill or you enhance your skills in some way. You develop new ways of doing things. You find creative ways to do things. You become more knowledgeable about a particular topic or subject due to experience or just doing research and figuring things out. It's really just trying to use your resources to do the things that you want to do in life. Savvy mom tip number 1, mommy timeout. So every now and then we need time to ourselves. We need time to reflect. We need time to reassess. We need time to just mentally take a break. The first thing I always tell moms to do is give yourself a break. There's a lot on your plate at times. You feel overwhelmed. You feel tugged at. You feel like you have so many requests of your time. Give yourself that break. Don't allow yourself to be pulled in so many directions and then not allow for your time to be given to yourself to relax, to reflect, to just regroup so that you can restart what you need to do. Make sure that you arrange in your schedule this time because a lot of the times we'll say, okay, I'll take that break, and then you're going throughout the day and then you totally forgot about it. If you don't write it down, most likely you will not do it. So actually write this down in your schedule, whether that's on your planner or it's in your computer calendar. Just make sure that it's there for you so that you can feel like it's part of one of your to-do list. It becomes priority that way once you put it as part of your schedule. Make sure you ask someone for help. Never feel like you need to go it alone. There's plenty of resources out there. There's plenty of help available. You just need to seek it. Learn to delegate. Learn to give some things to others that they can very well do in their time that you may not have time for. If they're minor tasks, they may just need to be put for another day. Also, recognize areas where you could be stretching yourself really thin. You may have to say no to that project, no to that additional committee to join, or no to that party that might be interfering with something else you got going on. You just need to make sure that you're not trying to say yes to everything and no to nothing. Sometimes no is your best answer. And do not feel guilty for saying no. That guilt should only come if it means you're pulling yourself away from the things that are priority in your life, such as your family, your work, your career, your business. You want to make sure that you're not taken away from those things. So never feel guilty for taking that time to yourself either, because you need that in order to be the best mom, the best partner, the best family member, the best worker, the best businesswoman. You have to allow for those times where you just have to take it out for yourself. So it's always important for that mommy timeout. Savvy mom tip number 2, take action plan. So what do I mean when I say take action plan? I simply mean there's a plan that you create that you add actionable steps to. that requires you to put some things in place that you're actually going to do to help you carry out that plan. One of the first things I always say is tell someone about it, including yourself. So, one of the things that I do when I have a plan or have an idea in place, I will record it on my phone. I have a voice recording app that I use to record my ideas or plans or goals that I have, so that way I can go back to it and then replay it and listen to what I was thinking at the time. It holds me accountable. Also, tell someone you trust about it. Tell someone who you know will then go back to you and say, "Hey, remember that cool idea or that goal you had in place? How are you doing? Or have you made any progress on it?" It reminds you that, okay, that's something that I need to, look back to and maybe restart again if you've delayed that plan. Always make sure it's realistic. You don't want to set a goal, or you don't want to put a plan in place that you know that you cannot fit into your current lifestyle. It has to make sense. It has to be simple. It has to be attainable. So you want to make sure that if there's a plan that you have that you're thinking of, you could actually do it in the immediate future with your current lifestyle setup. So for example, I always use this as an example because it's very simple to consider. Let's say I wanted to lose 50 pounds. Well, I could say, okay, given my current lifestyle, what are certain things I could do to make sure I hit that goal? Maybe it is eliminating certain foods. Maybe it's adding water to my diet. Maybe it is making sure that I reevaluate my current shopping list and my food budget. Maybe it's that I add a daily journaling piece so I can make sure I keep a food log. I have to make sure that I'm committed to that with my current lifestyle. Maybe I schedule time that I know I'm going to write down my food log every day. Or I schedule time to go to the gym or do some form of workout. It has to be realistic with my current lifestyle and schedule in order for me to do it, or I will not do it. I won't carry those plans out. And putting in those steps that require action, will help you to achieve that goal. The accountability buddy or system that you have in place always helps. I'm someone that is motivated by accountability. I like to have another person to check in with me to make sure that I'm on the right path. This is why coaches are so great. They assist in that process. So if there's someone who you have in your life, whether it's a coach, it's a family member, it's a good friend of yours, utilize that system to help you stay on track. It is always good when you know that someone's checking in to make sure that you are doing as you say you were going to do. So, for example, with going back to the weight loss um, thought. So, I know I want to lose 50 pounds. I like the accountability piece. Maybe I might invite a friend along to go with me to work out. Maybe I might invite a friend along to go out and have a healthy meal as encouragement. That buddy system could really help support your goals and plans. Always think ahead. You always want to make sure that you're planning for the future as well. Maybe you will come into some things that'll help make your goal or plans more attainable. So if your goal requires you spending a little more money, maybe it's making sure you add some added income in order to afford that. Or cutting away at parts of your budget to afford that particular thing. Just always thinking in the future, but also in the present, will help you with obtaining your goals and taking the necessary actions to complete your plan. Savvy Mom tip number 3, develop a new skill. Now, this is where it gets fun. You always want to make sure that you're a lifelong learner. I believe that every adult should be a lifelong learner. You never stop learning. There are always new things you can do, new things you can learn, new things you can put into your skill arsenal or toolkit. If it comes to a point where you'd like to learn something new or develop a new skill, I always say look at resources around you. Maybe there's a class being offered in your town or at your school or at your place of work. Maybe there's a workshop or training being offered that you can look into. Maybe there's even a certification program. So, for example, when I was looking into becoming a life coach, I decided to enter into life coach certification program. I knew that that was a skill I needed to enhance. I'd been doing life coaching on the side in a very informal way. But in terms of me becoming a certified coach and doing it as a business, I had to look into a certification program. I knew there were some things that I needed to develop, some skills I needed to enhance. So I looked into that program and am now in the process of obtaining my certification. That for me was important. So I was able to assess that and see how it worked in my current schedule. And that's how I made my decision. You're never going to be an expert or be skilled at something if you don't get proper training. So I always tell anyone I work with, if there's some skill that you'd like to learn, look into a training, look into a workshop or a class, become that lifelong learner. There's always something new you can learn. Are you someone who has a skill that you can do yourself and perhaps save you some money? This is great because there are always things you can learn to do yourself that you'd probably pay someone thousands of dollars to do, and you could easily figure out how to do it. This was the case for me when I was considering how much I spent on doing my hair in a salon. When I when my hair was relaxed, I would spend about $80 to $100 every 2 weeks to do my hair. Hours in the salon, lots of money spent. I remember one time I spent 200 and something dollars on one visit. After I spent that 200 something dollars, I started to assess what I spent per year on my hair. When I would realize I was spending upwards of $3,000 just on my hair, I made a commitment to learn how to do my own hair. I was tired of wasting that money and feeling like I was spending so much time in the salon. It became more convenient for me to do my hair in my own home. So I discovered YouTube channels as well as blogs that dealt with natural hair. I decided to go natural. I'm 5 years natural actually. And I started to learn how to style my own hair. I did research on products, I did research on different styling tips, and as time went on, I became better at it. I love doing my hair, I get great compliments. It is something I enjoy doing, and I love the money that I save. The amount of money saved is incredible. That alone made me want to enhance that skill even more. So I always am looking at ways to better do my hair so that I'll never have to go to someone else to do it. I can always do it myself. Seek others who may have a skill you want to learn. So this is key. If there's something that you'd like to learn, go to someone who does it really well and see if they're willing to teach you. Sometimes you may have to pay that person. Or you can work out a barter system. So maybe there's a skill that you have that's really great, and that person may want to learn that skill, and vice versa. So work with that person so that you can then teach them the skill that you have and they're desiring, and they can teach you the skill that you're desiring that they have. Look at the people around you. People have a wealth of knowledge. Surround yourself with people who have skills that you're wanting to learn so that you can pick up on some tips. I'm tech savvy, but I'm no tech guru. So I have friends who are really good with social media pieces and can do websites and graphics. So I always seek their help when I'm trying to learn something new when it comes to social media or websites. I look to them for help because I know that they have that skill that I want and I want to enhance it. I have them help me, and if they're willing to help, I become their student. For them, it's good because they get to teach the skill and develop it themselves. So always look for ways to learn something, but seek people who have that skill. And last but not least, enjoy learning. You have to enjoy learning. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to do it. You're not going to pursue it. For me, I enjoyed learning to do my hair. It allowed me to tap into a skill that I hadn't used in years. It allowed me to become creative. I also decided to learn to sew. I enjoy learning to sew. I get to make clothes that I can wear and be proud of. So always look at the fun in it. If it's not fun, don't do it. Look at the ways that you can learn from others. And if you can't gain it from others, look into a class or workshop to develop those skills. It's always great to learn something new and become savvy at it. So there's various ways you can contact me. My email is savvymomsunite@gmail.com. My FB page is Savvy Moms Unite. And my Twitter handle as well as my Instagram handle are both at Savvy Mom Elke. Thanks for watching my presentation. I hope these tips were helpful. And I look forward to hearing from you and helping you become the savvy mom you want to be. Thanks again.